In Parshat Yitro, the Jewish people receive the Torah. But before they do, Hashem wants their buy-in, to be part of the Brit Torah, the covenant of the receiving of the Torah. And he says to Moshe, Kol Toma lebeit Yaakov. This is what you shall say to the house of Jacob, v'tagei livnei Yisrael. And this is what you shall relate to the children of Israel. And our sages explain, and Rashi cites this and quotes this, Kol Toma lebeit Yaakov, this is what you shall say to the house of Jacob, is a reference to the woman. V'tagei livnei Yisrael, and this is what you shall relate to the children of Israel, is the men. First, speak to the woman and get their buy-in, and then to the men. And your message to them should be slightly different. Now the question is, why was Moshe told to speak to the woman first? And the Midrash offers us three explanations. The first explanation is that the Jewish women are generally more motivated to keep mitzvot. We saw this, and particularly at difficult times, that when the Jewish people were in Egypt, the men had all but lost hope. They had lost any type of faith. But the Jewish woman remained strong. When it came to the building of the golden calf, it was the woman who protested it. And therefore Hashem knows that the women are going to be the one who are going to champion mitzvot. Therefore I want their buy-in first, because they're the ones who are going to push their husbands and push their children. Secondly, the Midrash tells us, because they are the ones who guide and educate their children. Yes, it's true that you can have men teaching in yeshiva, but by and large, the formative years of a child, the education, the guidance comes from the mother. And therefore, I want the buy-in of the mothers first, that they should reach out to their children, because the children, of course, are the next generation. And therefore, the mothers are the ones that have to have that buy-in to teach them during their formative years. And lastly, says the Midrash, something fascinating. Because when the very first command was given to mankind, to Adam, not to eat of that particular tree, he then told it over to Eve. She got it secondhand. And everything, of course, became messed up. There was the sin of the consumption of that particular fruit. And therefore, this time, Hashem didn't want women to get it secondhand. They should get it firsthand, not indirectly from men. And therefore he tells them first, so that there should be no misunderstanding whatsoever. None of us like to receive something secondhand. Much better to learn from our mistakes, from what happened in history, and to receive it firsthand. Whatever the reason is, it is the incredible women of the Jewish people who have kept our nation going with their commitment to the mitzvot and with their commitment to the next generation. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.